Welcome back, you're watching NewsX. In the latest updates coming in from the Jaffar Express attack in Pakistan, we are now learning that at least 68 people, including 16 Pakistani army personnel, have been injured. My colleague Ajay Jandyal is with us to provide us more updates on this story from the ground. Ajay, we are now learning that 68 people have been injured. This includes 16 Pakistani army personnel as well.
Yes, that is what our sources are saying, that 68 people have been injured in this major attack on the Jaffar Express in Balochistan, and according to information, 16 army personnel are also injured, and there are information and there is information that several of the army personnel, they are grievously injured and they have been taken to the hospital where treatment is going on. Unconfirmed reports are saying that there are input that 2 people have died, but as of now there is no official confirmation, so we'll wait for the official confirmation. But yes, that has been confirmed by our sources that 68 including 16 army personnel have been injured in this major attack by the Balochistan rebel on Jaffar Express there in Sindh province of the Pakistan in Balochistan.
Right. Thank you, Ajay. Please keep tracking those developments from Balochistan. I'm still with us on the panel are Ahmad Masti Khan, the Baloch senior journalist, live from US, and Major General retired Sudhakar Ji. I'll first come across to Mr. Khan. Mr. Khan, do you think that Pakistan is deliberately creating a controlled conflict zone in Balochistan in order to maintain supremacy over it and in the region, so that they have a reason to put in their military presence over there and not give freedom to the Baloch people?
That is a tragedy, because Pakistan, you see, the state is in a state of war with itself. There is turmoil all over Pakistan. If you follow closely, you will be surprised to know that even the Prime Minister and his niece, who is the Chief Minister of Punjab province, they are actually at war. They are not at peace with one another. There are problems inside the family itself. And as far as the main problem in Pakistan goes, the main problem is the military rule in Pakistan. Right now, also, there is no such thing as a democratic government in Pakistan. No, it's a sham democracy. It's a mockery of democracy. This is not a democratic government in power in Pakistan. You can see wherever the Prime Minister goes, the army chief is with Prime Minister. It never happens in a democracy. When they were in Washington, D.C. recently, the Deputy Prime Minister, who is also the Foreign Minister, he was not taken to the White House when Mr. Shehbaz Sharif went there. But this guy, the third-rate seminary general, he went with the Prime Minister, and then he was showing President Trump some of the rare earth minerals which are from our areas. It's got nothing to do with Punjab. How come this Punjabi jihadi Muslims have no concept of mine and thine? They are saying that we are Muslims, so we recite the kalama, so we are going to come and take over your lands. Baloch lands, Pashtun lands, all these rare earth minerals are in Baloch and Pashtun lands. They are using J-17 aircraft to bomb us. They are using all their weaponry advanced against our civilians. And they are saying that they are going to take over our minerals. They are going to come and occupy our ports. In what world are these Punjabi jihadi Muslims generals living? They are living in a fool's paradise. I am kind of, you see, it's such a tragic comedy, this country. that the British created. As you know, Pakistan is a bastard state of the British. It is a failed project of the British Raj. I'm surprised that it has lasted so long as it did. Now is the time to wrap up Pakistan. It is not running. This is not how states are run. It is a major cancer for the entire region, for us, for India, for Afghanistan, Iran, everyone else. Now is the time. I will appeal to the Indian leadership to kindly sit with the Chinese leadership. That is must, because they get the support from China. I see the Chinese ambassador in New Delhi talking about the dance of the dragon and elephant. It's a welcome dance. But please, you cannot go on supporting these jihadis at the same time. How can that dance happen when you are supporting the jihadis here?
Absolutely.
So I will appeal. Yes,
absolutely.
Sir. So it is very must that the Indians and Chinese come together and tell these Punjabi jihadis to leave Balochistan.
Absolutely.
We are going to work with China if they are going to take this route.
Right.
Thank you.
Mr. Khan, thank you so much for your valuable insights over there and for joining us. I'll go back to Major General Sudhakarji. You have seen that India has raised this issue at the highest forums, including the United Nations. But Pakistan is not ready to accept this freedom call. What do you think is the future of this conflict, given that now its intensity is increasing? Do we see Pakistan relenting in the future?
Shivani, very important points made by you in the question. Firstly, highest level, United Nations Security Council is a defunct organization. I don't think post its coming into existence, did it ever have anything notable to substantiate its existence and justify its existence. So therefore, raising the issue up to United Nations, it will not address the core issue. When you talk about the core issue, there is a disease, there is a symptom. The disease here is that Balochistan, their demand is total independence from Pakistan. Number two, it is not only the Baloch liberation, and by in past 2 years alone, 2023 to 25 now, the number of such splinter organizations which are heading or fighting against Pakistan armed forces and the state administrative machinery have grown beyond one. There are 5 of them now, 5 or 6 of them now under different names. One of the names you were saying, some Republic Guard or something just now. You see, the names are of no consequence. What is of consequence is the intent of the activities of the Balochis. I'm glad and also must compliment that the US dispensation, they have taken a turnaround with regard to calling Baloch Liberation Army not as a global terrorist organization, and they remain silent. They should come explicit and call it as a liberation movement, as a freedom movement. However, something is better than nothing. But having said that, the moot question that you are asking is what next? What does Pakistan do? Is Pakistan going to relent? To me, my understanding is that ideally speaking, Pakistan should not relent, let it go. But no nation state which has come into existence in Cold War 1.0 and carrying on in a manner despite all kinds of bailout packages which it has been getting from IMF and the Global Banking Organization. One has to understand that the Pakistan's existence is actually based on the support of the superpower, that is America. There is a book written by Daniel Marquet. Name of the book is No Exit from Pakistan. It clearly actually elucidates that no matter how critical and difficult the situation may be, USA cannot afford to leave Pakistan at any moment. It has to stay primarily because of a couple of issues. Number one, the geostrategic importance of Pakistan is such that it gives a leverage to keep an eye on China, also eye on Afghanistan, and eye on Iran, and most importantly, to keep India under checks and balances. Number two, the geostrategic importance is actually giving Pakistan a crossroad to entry into the West Asia, to Central Asia and South Asia. Therefore, its importance. Number three, China has penetrated into Pakistan deeper than USA thought it to be. So it's about time that to understand that no superpower ever would like to lose or dilute its authority of or supremacy in the world order. Therefore, it is trying to come back with higher intensity of its footprint and involvement in place like country like Pakistan. Last but not the least, having said all this, my view on the take is that it may get out of hand if Pakistan does not actually introspect and puts things in order. As on today, Pakistan is going through a debt crisis. It is going through a huge constitutional crisis. It is going through a huge political crisis. It is going through a huge judiciary crisis is going on. There is a crisis which nobody is talking, it's the people's crisis. They know that there is a problem, yet they are unable to come onto the street. The people's revolution is going to be thwarted, going to be oppressed by all means, all methods available to Pakistan, purely by the Pakistan army. And last but not the least, Shivani, there is a dispute going on between the Pakistan Air Force Chief and the Pakistan Army Chief, because the Pakistan Air Chief is senior by the date of commission to the Pakistan Army Chief, that is Mr. Munir. So therefore, rightfully, a senior officer by virtue of the date of commission should have a greater say, greater power and greater authority in a military hierarchy than a junior officer. Here a junior officer has become a field marshal. He is commanding and giving orders and also extending diplomatic hands with superpowers and other countries in the world. It is not he is accompanying the Prime Minister of Pakistan. It appears that the Prime Minister of Pakistan is accompanying the Pakistan Army Chief. And more often than not, we always have been hearing that every country has an army. Here is one country which actually doesn't have an army. The army has the country. That is the connotation which is to be understood. But therefore, this revolution, this insurgency movement is likely, in my opinion, will continue with the help of Al-Qaeda, with the help of Tehrik Taliban Pakistan, with the help of ISIS. And also, in my opinion, USA will leverage this particular development to its advantage in order to negotiate and put pressure on Pakistan to derive maximum mileage for things which are happening in Gaza, the things which are happening with Saudi Arabia, for things which are happening in elsewhere, be it Middle East or in the Central Europe, to glean maximum flesh, to take maximum flesh out of Pakistan so as to play the geopolitics to the advantage and to the national interest of the USA. Back to you, Shiva.